Hey guys, I wanted to come back and just do a little freestyle Ebru here. So I've got some base with a little bit of titanium dioxide poured in, and I just kind of swirled it, and now I'm just going to drizzle some black activated charcoal, and I'm going to do some, this is Nurture's Mint Green. I love this color. It's such a soft mint green color, and I'm just trying to get some base coats in here before I do some drawing on the top. Now I'm going to go back and forth. And I'm going to go up and down. Just to get some basic layers built, because as this soap develops, if you can kind of see from the side, as this soap develops, in other words, as you start using it, I want it to have some other things going within it. Now I'm probably going to break through some layers, but you're still going to get that once you start to cut your bars. I just don't want to totally break through what I did. It's getting a little thicker. It's kind of spreading. It's not a big deal. See what I have going on here. Since this is getting so thick, I'm going to pour I'm just going to pour all of it in here and try to cover up the bottom a little bit. Just about out of that. So I'm going to do some more of this mint green. Let me shake this out a little bit. Flatten it. Go back and forth. Making sure that white shows through. And now I'm going to do some black again. I'm going to do some more Ebru swirls on top. I'm going to go left to right and up and down again, and I just don't want to break through the bottom layer. Again, I want this to really be a multi-layered soap. So, stick it in about halfway. This, I'm doing smaller swirls than I did last time. Last time I went pretty far apart. It gives a different dimension. You can do tiny ones, you can do larger ones. It all will give it just a completely different look. So experiment with that. A little bigger than I wanted. Here we go. So this is building up more of a black and sea minty green background. And I'm going to do some probably flowers, maybe a bird. I haven't quite decided. Clean this up. I'm trying to decide, should I do something else or I'll just leave it like that for now. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this. This is where we're at right now. So the base of this looked really good, but it's set up way too much. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is try to do multi-layer. I have so much soap left over up here. I'm going to go ahead and swirl the dots I made. I did a light pink, medium pink, dark pink, and then black in the middle. And again, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to go back and forth again. And this layer is going to be even wider. So far I have the green layer, or the layer on the bottom, which had finer lines than the green and predominantly black layer, which had fatter lines. And then this one is going to be much thicker. I only went back and forth to the left and right. I'm going to pull that, and now I'm going to go ahead and do, this is not quite a peacock swirl, but it's similar. Peacock swirls, you pull a skewer Usually you use a swirling tool and pull them straight down, or you could go line by line. This I went left to right instead, but I'm still doing the S-shaped pattern. So there's that, and then I'm going to go ahead and layer some more onto here and be right back. So now that I'm back, I'm going to pull straight lines like you would on a peacock swirl and wipe after each use as best as I can. Well, it's just thickening up way too much. I wish I had a swirl tool. I just never invested in one. Whoops, let me try that again. I never invested in one, and I had made myself one a long time ago, but it fell apart on me. And usually with peacock swirls, people tend to use squirt bottles, and I hate them so much. I'd rather never do a peacock swirl again than have to use a squirt bottle. So I'm just going to try to freehand this a little bit. Even if I mess up a little bit, it's really not a big deal because I'm going to do a final little thing on top. I hope the soap hasn't set up too much in those cups, because I'll do some Ebru on the top of the soap as well. Add a couple flowers. Not the most prettiest peacock swirl, but hey, I've only made one peacock swirl my entire soap making life, so I'll cut myself some slack if you guys will. There's it so far. I don't know if you can see that. I always get such a glare. I will take a still photograph, of course, and let you guys see. Give me just a minute. I'm going to do just a couple little flowers in the corners that aren't the prettiest, and I'll be right back. That I can then make flowers here. Debating, you know, you get to a point in soap when it's one more step is just too far. I'm just going to go ahead, because these are just too thick to probably do much else with. Wiping off your skewer after every step really seems to help keep it neater. Especially since it's thickened up so much, it's leaving kind of trails here. So maybe not the best soap in the world, but the cool thing about this one is once you start using it, you're going to have all these patterns throughout it that will really, you know, it's not just the pattern on top and then all of a sudden you're left with a plain bar. You're going to see all these other things going on underneath it. And what I'll do is, since the black, as I'm dragging, it's kind of popping up and getting messed up, as soon as I'm done with this flower, I'm going to add just a drop in the center. So let me pause that. My hands are covered in soap batter, and I'm going to come back and fix this flower and finish up. It's kind of clumpy. Still fluid down at the bottom here. Here we go. Again, it's really hard with my overhead lighting to pick up the camera and show you guys the final soap. So I will take pictures of it here before I pop it. That way you can see it when it's still fluid, because it doesn't always look so much prettier when it's still fluid soap. So there's this. You know, I did multiple layers, but the top part was pretty much peacock swirl. And then I have, of course, some flowers on top to match. Let me see, take these goggles off. Let me see. I don't know if you guys can even see that with the glare. Well, anyway, so, you know, like I said, there's so many different options to you with this. You could come up with all these multiple different patterns, colors, not colors, but patterns and shapes and objects and things that you could do. If you have any questions, PM me and I'll get some pictures of this out, and good luck, guys. Thanks.